helps if I put it on that. Well, we got a big giant freezer. Well, giant for us because we're a tiny house, to process some animals here pretty soon. Oh, the cats. What'd we get? You guys are... These cats absolutely crack me up. They are so into whatever it is that we're doing, especially if it's something new. Now, when I purchased this little black freezer, I actually thought that it was bigger. I thought it was as big as this one. It's 3 cubic feet. I wasn't paying that much attention. This new one is 7 cubic feet. So we will definitely be able to store a lot more things in it. And with homesteading, you need to have space to keep things in the freezer, especially way out in the country. Even if you just purchase from Costco, you need a bigger freezer than what's actually in your refrigerator. So this is going to be a game changer for us, and being able to store bits of meat. I won't have to can everything. I am planning on canning some meat, but there are things that I just want to have frozen that I can come back to and heat and eat, you know, like a normal human being. So this was a great purchase. It's humongous. It's so much more food fit in it, and it fits perfectly here. Good morning, Mama. Well, the babies are about, I don't know, like 4 days old, week old. You guys, the smoke is really bad today. I can actually really smell smoke today. It's going to make it difficult. It's supposed to cool off a whole lot and be really nice, and we thought we were going to get a lot done today outside. The smoke is really hard to be in and breathe. I guess Jasper AB in Canada is having huge fires. We're getting all the smoke. So prayers for anybody that's around any fire. That is no fun. But oh man, it was clearing up. Can't even see the mountains up over there to the north. Montana, Washington, Oregon, California, they're all having big fires also. And the wind does bring it here. So we do have some, just not very many near us. The rabbits are ready for snacks. All I need to do is build a cage because I shut like 15 of them up in there yesterday. They're like, we didn't get dinner. So rabbits don't normally eat potatoes, but they are devouring my potato plants. And there's legit nothing I can do about it because they go right through the fence. At this point, I'm ready to pull the electric fence down and just be like, okay, that's not happening. Super frustrating. I also think because I need to get my raspberries, and I don't even know if my raspberries are making it because the animals got into the little pen that I keep them in. The blackberries are doing good. So these guys are doing good. They need to be transplanted though. But I've got to get those in the ground. I did order some Muscovy ducks. So we've got to get the pond area set up and ready to go for all the baby ducks. They were hatched out by their mom. And so we're picking them up really early in the month of August. That should end up giving me about 60 pounds. There's 13 of them. About 60 pounds of, I'm not awake all the way yet. 60 pounds of duck meat for my freezer, and I'll be able to keep a couple because Muscovy ducks, if you don't know, are basically cousins to ducks. They're not like, but Donald could breed one. You can cross them. They taste like roast beef, apparently. I've never had them, so I'm excited to try. But I'm gonna go in and finish editing Friday's video. Well, I'm officially the lady that goes to people's houses in her pajamas. My friend needed to borrow my battery charger, and I just jumped in the truck and brought it to her. Now I'm headed back home, and I'll get to have my coffee. smoke is really bad. It's like you taste it in your mouth. It's like you just taste it in your mouth. We're at that stage of it. And I'm hoping I don't get a headache from it. But see you guys back at the house. How's it going? It's so windy out here.
I'm in like the worst spot ever.
Okay, so what's happened is there's a lot of little, I hope the wind is so bad. I may have to just turn this way. There's a whole lot of little sticks that are touching the electric fence. So it's not even like shocking at all. Barely, I can barely feel that. So Kira's out here working on this, and I'm going to work on a project that I'm doing to completely avoid another project that I need to do that scares me. But I'm literally just trying to do as much as I can every single day. You have so much to say. So right now they're still thinking that the fence is electric and that they can't get through, and hopefully that'll continue to happen. If they go further over, they've got their water that I added minerals and vitamins to. Thank you, Carrie. She gave me some that she's actually been using to make sure it has electrolytes and all the things since we've been having all this heat. But I'm going to address an issue that's been an issue, and I'm just going to try to get as much of it done as I can today, and also address the other topic that I don't want to do, but I want to do, but it stresses me out, so I'm avoiding it with this project. July 25th, Thursday at 10 o'clock. I think it's 60 degrees. Cooling down. We're going to have 3 days of really cool weather, so we're going to take
66.
66. It does not feel like it's usually 5 degrees hotter here than it is where they take the temperature at. So it just does not feel like 70, but we do have the breeze. It is a little bit warmer in the sun than it is back here in the shade.
Wind is 14 miles per hour.
Yeah. So that's, I don't know, maybe it'll blow off some negativity. Okay, so what I'm going to end up doing is building the VIRAL Tote storage stand that I've seen all over the place on Pinterest. And, you know, that is one of the biggest issues that I have here is I have no place for these things to go. So they end up in totes, and I'm replacing everything with these yellow, all my old totes with these yellow and black totes. And so building this stand, and actually I end up building it too tall, so I have to end up cutting it down, but it'll fit right into my tool shed, and these can run all along one side of my tool shed, and I think I can end up getting like 40 totes in there, and I can get them organized, and I can be able to maybe start finding things. That's been a huge issue, and I've ended up repurchasing things because I can't actually find what I'm looking for. And in some of these, I'll just have a whole project of like all the things that I've purchased for the bathroom I can have in one tote, and then whenever I go to work on the bathroom, I could just pull the totes that go with the bathroom job. But what I'm avoiding, because it's stressing me out, is running my water lines into the shipping container and my drainage lines underneath the shipping container. So that's as equally of a big deal and definitely needs to get done, but it's kind of like one of those things that you drill a hole into your floor and you have to deal with that hole. So I will get to it. I definitely will get to it. I someday want to be able to drain water out of my sink and have it run out and away from the building. That would be fantastic. But for now, just getting this built, and I'll be adding on to it every month. I can build a new section for it and just add on to it and add 4 more totes and just at a time get these put up. But I think I'll end up buying a whole bunch of 2x4s next month to finish this out and get this done if I don't get on the mill, because that is something that we will be doing here in the near future, is getting back on the mill. So yep, that's what we're doing. We're building a tote stand. Why are you crying? Huh? Why are you crying? You guys are cute. No nap today. No nap today. It's too pretty outside. We're working straight through it. You have to nap without me. Okay, these cats are hilarious. They literally have the clock, internal clock, that says when it's nap time and when it's bedtime. And they will come get us and let us know that it's time to go to bed. Who else's animals do that for them? Because mine definitely do. Chloe used to do it as a puppy. She doesn't really do it as much now, but the cat definitely will hunt me down crying, saying it's time to go to bed. Now, these were really simple to build. I just measured the tote. I could have got the actual measurements off the guys. There's a bunch of people that have actual measurements for these and put together free things that you can download. But to me, it seemed fairly simple. You know, you just got to measure your tote and figure out the depth that you want it. And of course I mess it up and have to change some things around, but in general it was actually really easy to do, and I'm really glad that I took the day to do it. Now, I desperately need a table, a work table. And I think that next month I'm going to try to build a work table, because this bending over kills my back and my feet and my legs. And it made it very difficult because I didn't actually have a flat space to work on, and it wasn't level, so it made that really, really hard. But otherwise, these were very simple, and I highly recommend them. And I think it'll be very easy to add on to. So I'm taking a little break because my feet are hurting really bad. I'm getting dizzy when I bend over. And this little project that was supposed to be just a quick little project seems to be taking forever. But we did find the big bucket of screws, so that's nice. And these 3/4 inch, they're 3.5 inches thick, just like the 2x4s. I have enough to make 4 more so that I can make the last rail, but this will end up holding 5 buckets, and then I can just add to it. The goal is to get the one side of the tool shed with this all the way down it, so it'd be 20 feet of this, so that all my totes can fit in there and be marked. They have these really cool QVC, I think they're called QVC QR codes, not QVC, QR codes that you can put on the front of the totes and then take a picture of what's in the tote, and it'll show you what's in your tote, so you don't have to like dig through everything. You can just start flipping through the boxes and then know I need to go to tote 3 because that has what I'm looking for in it. So that's really cool. I'm gonna look into that. But right now I'm just trying to do these little projects that make huge impacts, because this, like I said, I'll be able to get into each one of these totes. This holds 5. Each one of them will hold 5. And I can just keep adding to it. But I'm just using up all the 2x4s and some of the scrap lumber that I have to do this. I need to rip 4 more of the 3/4 inch ones. That'll give me my last rail to put those in. And then normally you have 2x4s connecting the bottom and 2x4s connecting the top, and that keeps them in really sturdy. But since I can't, my arm's getting tired. My arm is getting so tired. So I've got to stop talking really fast. But I do have this plywood, so I'm going to do like an X. I may just connect it with some of the plywood that I have. All of this stuff right here, it's kind of extra. There's some skinny pieces that I think will work, and that'll at least hold it together. And we'll get these set up. The other thing that I really want to do that I'm kind of putting off because it's giving me anxiety. My arms. My arm is so tired. Dumb. So dumb. Is the plumbing for the sink so that we can dump water down the sink and have the water go out. I have been looking at some really cool gray water systems that I can put in to collect the gray water and then be able to water the garden with it, or even just spray it around here to get the dust down. You guys, these wasps are awful this year. Last year they were not bad at all. This year they're bad. They keep wanting to get in my drink. We all know what happens. If you know, you know. We don't need that to happen. So I've kind of been looking at some other people's videos on what they're doing with their gray water tanks and how they're handling that. I could definitely do some kind of filter system to kind of filter some stuff out because, you know, obviously there's little chunks of food in that. One thing that we do is we wipe off plates. So we kind of go through a lot of paper towels because we will make sure we wipe everything down before we actually wash it. So that will help keep the gray water cleaner. And I don't know, I think it's going to have to be some kind of tote that I can, maybe an RV tote, gray water tote that I can, has wheels that I can pull over to the garden area and kind of do that. It does seem like a lot of extra work. But I've just got to figure that out. I don't want to have to run another pump system to get the water over there, but that's just another thing that I needed to start doing some research on. So if you guys have seen a good system that you think I need to look at, leave me a comment on where to go so I can check it out, or you can email me at cuzwecan@yahoo.com and send me a link, because I don't think they let you put links in the comments. And just send me a link for that and let me know where you've seen it and I can go check that out. I really appreciate it a lot. So Kira came in to help me because lifting the two of these and trying to hold it and do all the things was too hard. So it was really nice getting to have her help. And then we were able to just kind of hold things up to it and make the cut, and I didn't really measure much of anything at all once I set the tote in there. So you could make this for any of the totes. I'm finding that they're literally, everybody's moving over to these totes and they're making them for these, but I don't see why you couldn't use it for any other kind that maybe you have instead of these, other than they look really nice all together. And I will be able to take this and just kind of move it into my garage once the garage is built, or the shop once the shop is built, and continue to keep things absolutely organized. You know, once I'm done using this temporary shelter as a tool shed. I really have been thinking about purchasing another shipping container, and the one that we're turning into a tiny house right now was actually my storage shed here on the property, and this would have worked fantastic in there. I could have run these down both sides and had, that's 40 feet long, so I would have had 160 totes that I could have put stuff in and organized it, and just literally had everything organized and set up. So I don't know, I'm still thinking about that. The price of them have definitely gone up, and if I could find a really good deal on one, then maybe I'll get one. Otherwise, I'm just going to be using this temporary situation until my barn is done. This dust, man. Okay, so I wasn't thinking. Surprise! My tool shed wall is 5 feet. It does go up, but I think 8 feet would be in the center of it. So we're gonna have to cut this down, and it won't be able to hold 5. I think one will hold 3 and the other one will hold 2. But we could start connecting them together. The rest I can make the right size, and then we're gonna do it the whole wall eventually, which is 20 feet. And then we're gonna slowly start switching everything over to these black and yellow tubs. So that we can get all the organization. But it's so frustrating when you're building something and your brain does not brain. Chloe, come, mama, come. Oh, good girl. Stop, girl, stop. She's out. Chloe, come here. Come here. You got something for me? You got this? So we can plug in the shower. Okay, call her back. You gotta take the help where you can get it. We had to get the extension cord through so I can plug in the shower, so I can shower before my nap. She's a good girl. Chloe, are you a super helper? Did you get paid? You didn't do anything. Did you get a cookie for your work? You don't. What's on your nose? Hair? Ooh, that cat almost got you. Let's get you a cookie. Come on, crazy. How about a Fig Newton? Little Fig Newtons. Those are favorites. Thank you, ma'am. You get one just because you're cute. There you go. You can't sing. We're on the video. I like to sing. This way we don't have to walk up this hill. We're setting up for tomorrow. Early morning day. We're gonna process some critters. Definitely one, maybe two. But came down to borrow the skid steer. And Victor was talking about how the wasps are super bad at his place too. So it's not just our house. Are you queen of the mountain? Oh, boo. These are the good girlies. All right, we've got to get... Yep, it's down over there. It's low right on that one at the end. Let's get the grain and put them to bed. You are a naughty Nelly. Or a naughty Charlie.
Charlie.
That's Charlie. Charlie.
How could you, Charlie? I was rooting for you. Never asked that.
Charlie. All the rabbits are like, it's time for dinner. Donald. Donald Duck. Donald Duck. Here they all come. Here comes all the rabbits. They're like, it's feeding time. Okay, you go over there and I'll open the gate. These are the good babies. Ouch! No! Oh, good Lord, you jerk. That was chaos. She's got to get milked. You ready to be milked? First? Why are you guys obsessed with this old hay? There's some right there, Donald. There's some right there. You know where it's at. Calling all bunnies. Hi, Mr. Brown. Come on over here, buddy. Come on, Mr. Brown. Are you napping on all the cords? Chloe? I'm going to get your belly. I am going to get your belly. Let's get your belly.